Hello and welcome to another episode from the Teacher's Toolkit Series. And today I will be sharing with you tips for teaching online. My name is Dr. Adebimpio Dunjo. I'm a seasoned educator with more than 20 years of teaching experience, and my expertise is in instructional delivery and content. My vision has always been to bridge the gap between equity and equality in education. My mission is to provide teachers with the tools to deliver world-class education while also sharpening their skills, attitude, and knowledge, and with other materials necessary to thrive and succeed and excel in their careers. So, to that end, I developed a consultancy, which is the Teacher's Toolkit Series, and it's a professional development, continuous educational consultation. I provide practical solutions for teaching and the delivery of instruction, and I provide free courses as well as paid courses, which are designed specifically with educators in mind. Now, to find out more about these courses, I do have my contact information at the end of this presentation and also in the details below. But today I'm going to be presenting to you tips for teaching online. So the first one is for you to create a schedule. It's very important to do this, especially because in the cyber environment, the boundaries for time and space pretty much like kind of like get lost, and students need some kind of um, structure. So a schedule is the first place to start. Provide a schedule so that the students and their families can address issues with time management. This is usually a problem with younger students. Older students have a better time with time management because they're used to a routine, they know they have a concept of time, but this might be a struggle with younger students. And the same thing with self regulation. And these factors can really hinder a student's success in online courses. You should schedule a time to interact with your students. This interaction is very, very important, and it's key to the first week of any course that you introduce online with your students. It gives your students the opportunity to familiarize themselves with how to contact you, how to interact with the tools on your webpage, or if there are any particular widgets or any other materials that you put on your classroom webpage, it gives them an opportunity to explore and to ask questions. So you should make sure that you build in some kind of a video chat or a phone call, or you set up like a chat board for your students so they can interact with you. And you really want to connect with your students to build a sense of community. Continuing this interaction helps to keep your students engaged, and it reduces the feeling of isolation that may come about with learning online. Provide timely feedback. This is very important, whether it's face to face or whether you're online. Particularly when you're online, you want to respond to your students' emails promptly because if you don't, you pretty much leave open the opportunity for students to start guessing or to have the wrong information, overthinking an assignment, or misinterpreting your silence or your lack of feedback to them. Give students information about how they can reach you, how they can record their videos. I would suggest that you should record videos to go along with your classes so that your students can see you, and their parents as well can see you if that's the situation. It allows them to feel connected and makes it feel less impersonal. So keep in touch with parents to help students to stay on track with their work as well. You want to make sure that you check the student engagement. You have to be very clear about how much time a student should spend on particular coursework. So this is concerning screen time. Now, 20 minutes typically for elementary students is recommended, 30 to 40 minutes for middle grades, 40 to 50 minutes for high school students, and you should also allow 10 to 15-minute breaks that are built in because you do not want the student to be on their computer staring at the screen continuously for 40 minutes, that's damaging to the eyes and causes some other issues down the way. So you want to provide time frames for task completions so the students are using their time efficiently and that they have a time frame really for reference. And you want to make sure that you check in regularly to monitor your students' progress. Now, you should also consider that you have different types of learners, just the same as you would have in a face to face classroom. You want to consider the diversity of the students who are learning online. So, you want to provide accommodations. Maybe you might need some students um, who might need extra time to complete an assignment. Instead of asking for it to be done within a certain time frame on a particular day, you might give an extension of a few hours in addition, or a couple of days, and you might modify the assignment so that a certain student might get a shorter version of the assignment, or you might break it down in chunks so they have several steps to complete the task rather than doing it all in one go. Maybe they complete one part one day and they do the next part another day. And then you want to also differentiate the way that you require students to complete their work. It might be a project, whereas some students might write a paper, others might build a website, some others might produce a video. There's so many different ways of completing a task. So you need to consider the type of learners that you have in your room. You also want to develop a system of support. Now, students need support and interaction from online teachers, mentors, parents, and peers to succeed. And when you're online, it might be a little bit difficult. Now, in one particular study that was conducted this year, it was found that online asynchronous orientation had absolutely no impact on student course outcomes. So, one reason for this might be that students need more onboarding supports than just one orientation. So just telling them what to do one time might not be enough. You might actually need to reiterate a few times. You have to bridge the gap between for students. At times, they need more than you telling them what they need to do. You might employ the help of your counselors, administrators, or anyone else who would provide support to the students throughout the time that they are working online. You also want to address equity issues. Now, this is a particular area that teachers who might teach special education students, this is one area that I have been getting a lot of requests about. So I have included some sources here, excellent resources. For Autism Speaks, there's autismspeaks.org, there's the parentcenterhub.com. For the National Association of Special Education Teachers, this is an excellent website for you to visit, is naset.org. And there's the National Center for Learning Disabilities, ncld.org. A lot of great resources right here, in particular for teachers who may have students who have special needs. And so I'm hoping these resources answer your questions. If you have any others that maybe I didn't address in this video, or a topic you would like for me to talk about, please contact me at my website, Instagram, or email.